Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alyx's world.
You can't win them all. Jesus Christ. Here's what we're gonna do. I do want to go ahead and live react to the footage of Jon Moxley doing the speech after the show, following what was easily one of the worst endings to a pay-per-view I've ever seen. Just calling it like it is. It was a massive dud. And what made it even worse was that it followed an excellent match between Moxley.
The ending ruined it for me.
Well, it followed what I thought was an excellent barbed wire death match between Omega and Moxley. I thought that was amazing. And if it would have ended the right way, which I'm pretty sure the ending we got was not what was... I'm going to give AEW the benefit of the doubt. They've heard it. I don't think the ring was supposed to give us what we got. Oh,
I will not lose my title on AB plus WWE PPV. The only show I lose my title on is in a level AEW PPV. Hereby I declare an open challenge for the Super Chat Championship, and whoever donates the most will get it.
Okay, so apparently Nickname Mai is putting his championship on the line tonight. He didn't want to wait for WrestleMania.
The ring didn't even explode.
We're gonna look into this in just a second, but alright, so whoever donates the most, I guess, wins the championship. Nickname Mai is putting the championship on the line. He must be confident he can retain. Let's just get the preliminary stuff out the way. First off, welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx. This is my AEW Revolution 2021 review. Before we get to the actual show, because I will be reviewing all the matches, including the stuff that wasn't really all that good, but a lot of good things happened tonight.
Why was Eddie in pain? It was barely an explosion.
We'll get to all of that in just a second. But it wasn't all a bad show. I can't say this was a horrible show. As bad as that ending was, and it was absolutely garbage. It was a horrible ending. I don't think it didn't kill the pay-per-view for me. It didn't make it the worst show. But that ending was terrible. And it was one of the worst endings I've seen as a wrestling fan. So, come with me to Twitter. We're gonna live react together to Jon Moxley's promo after the show, because I do think we need to at least let me set this up for you really quickly. We need to get some information on this, because as much as I would like to think there's no saving that ending, perhaps Moxley can do a couple things. So I want to thank my moderators for helping to find this video. I'm gonna pull it up for you. Who was this, by the way? Was this Firestar Heart? It was Firestar Heart. Okay, so 1 second. Let me pull it up on the screen here. I think I can do it. Yeah, so this is after the show. We'll listen, watch it together, because I need to hear this. That ending was garbage. For the record, love the crowd tonight. I think they had 1,300, 1,500 in attendance. They were loud. You guys were awesome.
I've seen more dangerous shit on ridiculousness on MTV. What the fuck was that? I'm still standing, bitch. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. Well. Oh. We thank you guys, man, for coming out here during these tough times. Every time we're watching the best pay-per-view product. The best wrestlers in the world busting their ass. From the first match of the card all the way to the last. You see everything. From the first match to the last match. You get your money's worth. And if there's one thing we do out here at AEW, because we love wrestling just like all you do, we bust our ass. And I have one goal tonight. To lay it all on the line, to bare my soul in this ring, and work my ass off like it was the last night I was ever gonna get the blessing and the opportunity to do it for you fans. Right. And I accomplished that tonight.
You know what? I will say that at least he's not hiding shit from us, because you can already tell if this was a WWE product or a WWE kind of pay-per-view, they would do everything they can to cover this up. AEW is just letting it all hang out. It sucked. We know it sucked. You knew it sucked. You know it sucks. Why hide from it? Let's acknowledge it and just make the most out of it.
So I'm gonna go get piss fucking drunk. And then I will be back. I'll be back for my World Championship. I'll be back for Kenny Omega. And every time, from bottom of my heart, everybody at AEW, we thank you guys for your support, because AEW right now, the tide is fucking turning in the wrestling business. We'll take it. There's some bitch over. And it all starts with you.
Yeah, let me get one more clip. Apparently I was showing one more clip. Oh, okay.
Kenny Omega may be a tough son of a bitch, but he can't make an exploding ring worth of shit.
Okay, like, see, I can't hate on that. I can't. That's something that WWE would never do. They would never come out and acknowledge that it fucked up, that they fucked up. I can't hate that. Guys, shit happens. It was clear that what we got was not what was planned. I'm assuming that we were supposed to get a much bigger explosion, right? It was supposed to probably cover the ring was supposed to collapse, and everything was supposed to look a lot more extreme and crazy. But, you know, in situations like this where it gets fucked up, and sometimes it will get fucked up, the one thing you should never do is run from it. That ending was terrible. You can't hide from that. So the fact that Jon Moxley was able to come out and say, yeah, that's shit. That was shit. That sucked. I can't hate on that. So I can give them this. The ending was awful. And I still believe overall this is one of their worst shows That said, I still have enough respect for AEW to say my $50 is worth it. Because I can't really say I didn't enjoy myself. And getting into it, just my overall thoughts, when it was all said and done, I didn't feel like I wasted my time. No, it was not one of their best shows. I think even the wrestlers will come out and tell you, yeah, I'll even go as far as to say some wrestlers will probably wish we got our refunds. I'm pretty sure when you ask a Chris Jericho or a Cody Rhodes or even a Kenny Omega, they would be like, yeah, I think we kind of screwed y'all out of your $50. We owe y'all. Well, make it up to us, because that was not your best show. With all that hype you had going into the show, what you gave us was not worth the hype. Was it a terrible show? Absolutely not. There are some WWE shows that are much worse than this. I have seen shows that are just absolute trash. It was a decent pay-per-view. It was decent. It would have been good if that ending would have worked. But I'm happy we can all laugh about it. Just make up for it in the future. But man, just know, going forward, AEW, be prepared to take some licks. Be prepared to take some massive licks. And it's coming from everybody. It's going to come from everyone. You're going to get it from me. I got to give you some licks. Not too much, but you're going to get some licks from me. You're going to get it from Dave Meltzer. You're going to get it from Jim Cornette. You're going to get it from the people in the company. But how you handle this going forward will once and for all determine if you are to be taken seriously as a Shut up.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be a ring-shattering kaboom.
So, I do want to ask you guys a big favor before we actually break down the card. My favor is this. Please help expand the brand by doing the following things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. Get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get you an old new school Alex's World t-shirt, but also get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie, t-shirt made by It's J Knox and Firestar Heart today on Teespring and Pro Wrestling Tees. Also, like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at Just Alex Central. Also, give me a follow on Instagram. Donate using PayPal, Patreon. As you've seen, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your Super Chat played live on the air. And apparently, we have the Super Chat champion doing an open challenge for some reason. He's crazy. He can't wait till WrestleMania. It's only a month away. He wants to do a Super Chat championship today. The number to beat, if I'm not mistaken, is what is it, $25 or $20? I think he donated I think it was $20. I'm not too sure what the exact amount was. But let's just say $20. You have to beat $20 to beat Nickname I. Trust me, I don't think he's going to let you have it. I don't think he is. But regardless, donate today. Get your voices heard. You can also donate to my Patreon if that's something you want to do. You can get access to reactions from outside non-wrestling stuff, get reviews of WandaVision, and request topic videos if you want. So check that out as well down below. Let's do some shout-outs. Who's here?
Good so-so show, only missed the first 2 matches but everything else was fine. Sting's match was good, so was the main event, except for the ending.
Except for the ending, yeah. Oh, again, they gotta be ready to take some licks, because they're gonna be taking a lot of licks. A lot of licks here. And by the way, I see a lot of super chats getting ready to hit, so I'm gonna just let them go while I do the shout outs.
anticlimactic, not a great PPV, not horrible. I was expecting another surprise debut when that timer counted down YJ2 style. But the fireworks were whack.
You win some, you lose some. You can't win them all, AEW. You can't win them all. Got a couple more coming in, and then I'll do some.
Loved the two debuts in the latter match.
Is that the only one left? Alright, so let's get to it. First off, show some love to the moderators in the house. Okay, I see another super chat getting ready to come. I'll let that one play. Firestar Heart, Ultra Shadow 97, and Godzilla Hawk. Thank y'all for being here. Let's see here. Of course, say what's up to the super chat champion, nickname Mai. Is it Asim Sumra? Asim Sumra. Jared Green.
Sup, Alyx, glad to be back.
Jared Green. Good to have you here, man. We missed you. Let's see. Duke Togo. Togo? Yeah, Duke Togo 13. New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl. TY the Gamer 467. Adam Ritter. The Elite Gamer. Let's see. Is it Hajime Hanita. Close enough. Wick FN. Jimbo Jack. Emerilla 408. Let's see. Christopher Carter. Stephen Brom. Joe Arredondo. Jimbo Jack. Anime Mania 500. Let me see. I want to be sure I catch everybody. Bradley Xavier. Crusader Gamer. Joseph Winters. We got a big audience tonight. I like it. Sam 3. Devin Caliborn. Zachary Hain. Let's do maybe 3 more. Regito Boy. MTL. Don't know who that is. MTL. He must be new. Welcome. Last but not least, let's give it to Zando Gaming Channel. Alright. If I don't say your name, it's not because I hate you. I really just want to get to the show. Thank y'all for making me a part of your day. You could be anywhere watching any review. You chose to make me a part of your weekly review, and I appreciate it. So, let's talk about the wrestler, the new signee, the Hall of Famer, or the the Hall of Fame worthy signee that AEW brought to us. And you know what? I think I called it. Didn't I call this? I'm pretty sure I called it. Yeah, I actually did call it during my preview. The signee is none other than Christian Cage. That's right, Christian Cage, ladies and gentlemen, has signed with AEW. Now, I was told that Christian was supposed to be re-signing with WWE. Well, that's not happening. He did not re-sign with WWE. That boy said, I'm out. He got the F out of WWE. That boy said, look, since y'all not gonna let me wrestle and I'm not trying to be buried, I'm gonna go to AEW where I'm appreciated. So there you go. Christian, Captain Charisma, is here in AEW. He's gonna be wrestling full time. He signed the contract on the show. How I feel about it? I think it's awesome. I think a talent like Christian who can still work at his age, oh, he's gonna do a lot of great things. A lot of great things for AEW. And during this period of time when I guarantee you they're gonna get hit from all sides because of that ending, you need someone like a Christian who can come in and, you know, maybe perhaps make things a little bit more interesting. But I do feel bad. I feel so bad for him. I feel bad for Christian for a couple of reasons. It's just sad to me that this guy, as much as we know he should be a world champion and should be a lot more appreciated with WWE, it's just sad to know that he will never ever get that respect from Vince. He has to always leave and go somewhere else to be appreciated for the legend that he is. That's why he left for TNA. He left WWE to go to TNA so he can get out of the mid cards, so he can be seen and respected as a main event player. Only to go back to be treated like crap. Now, he won the world title, but he got bitched out by Randy Orton multiple times. He did. Then he left again for AEW. So hopefully when and if he does come back to WWE, they'll see him as a Hall of Famer and put him in the Hall of Fame. You would think, right? But yeah, Christian Cage is in AEW. I look forward to seeing what they do with him. I think he's a great signee, honestly. I don't have any issues with it, do y'all? I love it. Alright, buy-in was supposed to be Thunder Rosa and Riho taking on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Reba, Rebel, but Reba. But our girl, Reba, got hurt. She was hurt. That poor thing got her butt hurt, and she had to be replaced. So, Dr. Britt Baker had to scour the globe for a partner. And man, did she choose one of the best partners that you could ever imagine. I loved the partner she chose. I'm just gonna say it. MAKI ITOH made her debut at AEW. And you know something? I'm just gonna do it. I told AEW, you're gonna get your licks tonight. I'm gonna give you a lick, starting off with this one. So, MAKI ITOH. This is MAKI ITOH right here. She was the fan favorite to win the tournament, at least the Japanese side. And when she didn't win, we all just assumed, okay, maybe it's because the company she's working with can't let her go to the States. She's not allowed to leave and go work with AEW. That's what I assumed. I just assumed that, all right, well, it's clear that they can't get access to her. She can't be there. That's why she lost. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure she would have been fighting Hikaru Shida. Especially since Hikaru Shida, spoiler alert, retained her title anyways. And then I find out, oh wait, she can be there. What the hell? So, first off, MAKI ITOH got a big reaction when she showed up. The crowd loved her. And the match was awesome. I thought the match was really good. The tag match, now being MAKI ITOH, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Thunder Rosa, and Riho, they did a really good job. When it was over, I said, well, I think this one should have been on the card. There's a couple of matches that were on the card that should have been on the pre-show. Namely that Casino Tag Team Battle Royal. Yuck. Okay, that wasn't bad. I just thought, compared to this match, yeah, that should have been on the buy-in. But this was a really good match. And I thought all four women tore it up. But I gotta give you your licks, AEW. Why the hell did you go with Riho? Not Rio, but Rio. Rio Mizunami. Let me just say her last name. Rio Mizunami. Why did you go with her when you had access to MAKI ITOH? MAKI ITOH versus Hikaru Shida would have been a banger of a match. Why did you... What? Yeah, I didn't get that at all. I just thought that was weird.
Right here, right here, right here.
Oh, is that her gimmick?
Maki's character is a big match loser. It's literally a part of her gimmick.
Again! That would have been perfect for her to fight Hikaru Shida. The big match was against Hikaru Shida and she would have lost. Oh my god, yeah, I'm sorry. The more I think about it, they screwed the pooch on that tournament. They should have gone with MAKI ITOH. It's clear. Especially if she was just gonna be here anyways, she should have won the tournament. And then lost to Hikaru Shida because she's a big match loser. Yeah. Thought the buy-in was great though. I loved that match. All four women tore it up. So with that said, we should go ahead and get into the main card. So, Jim Ross, good old JR, was on commentary with a sore throat. And he worked the entire night sick. Personally, if it was up to me, I would have sent him home. But I can already tell they let him stay for, first off, I'm pretty sure the reason they let him stay was because he wanted to stay. He wanted to work. And as you guys know, Jim Ross, he's kind of dealing with some stuff. He lost his wife not that long ago. I think he works to help get through that. So I'm as much as I would have loved for him to just take a night off and not be a part of this show in particular because of that ending, I understand why he worked. So I'm not gonna fault him for being there. Just get you some rest, Jim Ross. It's okay to take a break. Matter of fact, take a break this Wednesday. You don't need to be there. You don't. As I said before, the crowd was amazing. 1,300, 1,500 people were in attendance, and they were loud. They were loud. So I'm happy to know that there are people still excited for AEW, that's for sure. But getting into the main card, I think we should start off with the Tag Team Championship. So the Tag Team Championship match, of course, was the Young Bucks taking on MJF and Chris Jericho, which was a good match. It was a really good match, had a lot of hype behind it. Chris Jericho, MJF attacking the Young Bucks' father, making it personal, and they just had a match. It was a good match. Nice counters, nice spots. The Young Bucks won. No interference from Sammy Guevara. I still don't know how you say his name. Is it Sammy Guevara or Sammy Guevara? I think it's Guevara. Sammy Guevara sounds right. Well, Sammy, who left the Inner Circle, didn't come out to screw MJF and Chris Jericho, which I thought, that's what I thought the ending was going to be. But apparently that's not what we got. It was just a loss. Young Bucks just beat MJF and Chris Jericho clean. Simple as that. Good match. I just was put off that it was clean. Although I will say, later on in the night, we got Chris Jericho and MJF saying that some changes need to be made this Wednesday. And then MJF looks at Chris Jericho and goes, "Oh yeah, I agree. There are some changes that need to be made." Uh-oh, so I guess this is when we put the final nail in the Inner Circle, and we have MJF get Chris Jericho kicked out of his own group. Uh-oh, that's gonna be a heartbreaker. I think that's gonna go over. That should go over pretty well. That should go over well, actually. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how that works out. Oh, man. So, good match. Was I expecting more? Yeah, but I'm not gonna complain about what we got. Oh, Lord. I guess we gotta talk about this. Okay, so what was the worst match in the show for me? Not saying it was terrible. It just went a long time. This casino tag team battle royale to determine who gets a title shot at the AEW tag team titles. It went way too long. It went on forever and ever and ever. There were a few tag teams that impressed me, but a lot of them I'm just like, yo, guys, why are we throwing these random ass teams in here? I guess I can just go through the people in the match. So here are the teams. Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall. By the way, QT Marshall turns heel in this match. He ends up eliminating himself and costs his team the match and spits in the face of Dustin Rhodes because he's a heel, apparently. Alright. But yeah, he's an asshole all of a sudden. They were the first people out, and then we had Dark Order's 5 and 10, and then Santana and Ortiz. I spelled Santana wrong. I gotta correct that in the, of course, I gotta correct that in the description box. I apologize. Dark Order's Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. And then we had the Gun Club, That's the sons of Billy Gunn. Peter Avalon and Cesar Bononi. Is it Bononi? Bononi, whatever. The Varsity Blondes. Bear Country, who I liked. They were cool. Jurassic Express, who I wanted to win, but of course not. The Butcher and the Blade, Private Party, SCU, and then Red Phoenix and Pac. Oh, and John Silver, of course, John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Look, if we could have shaved a good 5 tag teams off of this, we would be good. We didn't need 5 and 10 in there. We didn't need the Gun Club. We didn't need Peter Avalon and Cesar. I could have done without the Butcher and the Blade, honestly. It really could have just been, you take those tag teams out, I think that would have been good. Because the ones that really stood out to me, if I'm being honest, Ray Phoenix and Pac, John Silver and Alex Reynolds, Jurassic Express, Bear Country, they were pretty good. I think that was it. I didn't really care about any of the other tag teams. But alright, sure. I'm not saying it was terrible. I really loved the last 5 minutes. It was Jungle Boy. It came down to Jungle Boy. I think it was Pac. And then Ray Phoenix. And was it John Silver? Yeah, like, when it was the Final 4, it got awesome. That was awesome. And we need to get a John Silver versus Pac match. Soon. Like, very soon. Soon, very soon. Yeah, so... And then the final 2 was Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, and Ray Phoenix. Give me that match. I'll take John Silver and Pac, and then Ray Phoenix and Jungle Boy literally this Wednesday. You owe me that. You owe me that for that horrible finish, AEW. You owe me that. Oh, man. So, yeah. I liked the last 5 minutes, but the overall match was... it dragged. It was... We gotta just leave these casino royales, these casino battle royales on the pre-show from now on, because they don't work on the main card. They just don't. I'm sorry. They don't work on the main card. We gave it a shot for how many pay-per-views? It just didn't work out. That's just how it is, man. It's okay. Is this the women's title match next? Yep. Hikaru Shida versus Ryo Mizunami. I do appreciate that AEW did a video package explaining the story of Ryo Mizunami. I do wish they would have done that at the beginning of the tournament, but at least you're doing it now. At least you did it before the match. I would have been more upset if you never did it. So I do like the story of her getting one more shot. This was her... I guess this was her second chance because she almost quit. She almost retired from wrestling, and then AEW reawakened her passion. So that's a nice story. I like that. The match itself, you know what? They poured their heart into that match. I won't say it was a great match, but I respect what they did. They put a lot of effort into it. It was solid. It was solid. Would I watch it again? No. Because I just didn't care. Again, this should have been MAKI ITOH versus Hikaru Shida. And I just feel like Ryo Mizunami just... they missed the mark. They missed the mark on this tournament. They really did. It should have been either Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa, or MAKI ITOH. It should have been one of those 3. And that's why when it comes to the match, I'm not going to say it was a bad match. I just didn't care. But I will give them respect. It was a solid match. They put the effort into it. I'm not going to hate on the women. And apparently we're going to get a 6 women's tag match this Wednesday. It's going to be Ryo and... Excuse me. Riho. I guess I got to differentiate. So Riho... Ryo and Hikaru Shida taking on Britt Baker. I think it's Britt Baker, and then MAKI ITOH, and then Nyla Rose, right? I think actually it actually just might be Hikaru Shida, Thunder Rosa, and Riho. I don't know. Some 6 women's tag matches happening on Wednesday. I probably said it right the first time. I don't care. It was fine. You know, I'm not gonna hate on this match. They tried their best. I just didn't care. Speaking of matches I didn't care about, I'm sorry, Miro. Miro, I'm sorry. Miro and Chris Sabin. Wrong one. Miro and Kip Sabian. Although Chris Sabin would have been a great partner for Miro. Kip Sabian and Miro taking on the best friends, Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. I did not care about this match. Personally, I kind of wish they would have attacked them and then we just moved on from it. I'm happy we're keeping Miro undefeated. That's good. But I'm over this tag team with him and Kip Sabian. I'm over it. I'm ready for him to break up from Kip and do his own thing. I am. I'm ready for him to do his own thing because this isn't doing much for him. Kip Sabian is not someone that I see being a main event player. I'm sorry. I think he's a good mid-card hand. But Miro is a main event player. We should be pushing him. We should. But man, I don't understand what they're trying to accomplish with this tag team. And I just didn't care about this match. As much as I love Orange Cassidy and Miro, what they're doing with this program doesn't really have my interest. I don't care. I don't care. Miro won. Great. Let's move on to something else, please, because he deserves to be in the main event. This made me smile. I can't hate on this. This was good. Let's talk about Hangman Adam Page and Matt Hardy. Big Money Matt Hardy. Good match, as you would expect from 2 veterans. Matt did his absolute best to make Hangman Page look like $1 million, and I think he succeeded. You had the private party come out to, interfere, distract Hangman, which led to our boys, Dark Order, coming out to help him. And then Hangman Page, with the assist from Dark Order, hits the buckshot. By the way, there was a buckshot counter. A buckshot counter, I can speak English, where Matt Hardy caught Hangman Page with the side effect and then hit him with the twist of fate, which Hangman Page kicked out of. That was pretty dope. But he ends up winning with the buckshot, and then afterwards he celebrates with the Dark Order. That was a good moment. That felt good because it wrapped up a storyline that they've been playing off for months now, where Hangman Page just couldn't find friends. Nobody wanted to treat him or accept him for who he was, and he found his group of misfits. And it works. I buy it. I'm happy for him. And you know what? This is exactly what the Dark Order needed. They needed this. They needed a Hangman Page because, God, they have been floundering ever since they lost Brody Lee. Rest in peace, by the way. So this storyline could be exactly what they need. And then maybe you could do something down the line where Matt Hardy gets into the Dark Order's head and then he rips the Dark Order away from Hangman, and then Hangman ends up going off with John Silver and Alex Reynolds while Matt Hardy takes over the Dark Order. Something to think about. Something to consider. Maybe. It's a good storyline to do. It gives Hangman something to do before we get to him and Omega, clearly. Alright, let's see here. I guess we can talk about the face of the Revolution ladder match. So, the last person in this wonderful match, I believe it's, first off, let's get to the people who are in the match. Max Caster. By the way, I thought Max Caster's intro, the rap intro that he usually does, this was his best one. Love the zingers. I think he said something about canceling Dr. Seuss, which was hilarious. That was good. He's getting better. I'm seeing the improvement over time. I think I might end up becoming a fan of his cringy raps. The crowd loved him. Scorpio Sky, Cody Rhodes, Lance Archer, Cero Miedo, Pentagon, El Cero Miedo, or Pentagon Jr., and then All Ego, Ethan Page. All Ego, Ethan Page. What? You don't know who that is? How do you not know who Ethan Page is? He's one half of the North. Psst. What? You don't know who the North is? They were an awesome tag team on Impact Wrestling. What's wrong with you? Oh, you don't watch Impact Wrestling? Look. Ethan Page was fine in this match. I didn't hate him. I didn't think he was really out of place. I was expecting someone better like Carlito. But Christian was fine. Kind of wish Christian was in this match. If Christian was in this match, this would have been match of the night. I will say that. But it's whatever. It was a good match. Lots of crazy spots. I think they did a freaking Canadian destroyer or a destroyer on the ladder, which took Cody out. Oh my goodness. Yes, it was a Mexican destroyer by Pentagon Jr. on Cody on top of a ladder. It looked sick, and I'm surprised he survived. It was horrible. It was a horrible thing to watch. Lance Archer looked great. Everybody looked good. And the winner of the match was Scorpio Sky. He will be fighting Darby Allin this Wednesday. He won't win, but he's getting an opportunity. I personally think they should have given it to Pentagon Jr. or Penta El Cero Miedo, but I can't be picky here. But yeah, match was good. It was good. We showed Cody leaving with the help of Arn Anderson, so apparently that's gonna lead to something. Heel turn. Bow. Bow. I'm telling y'all, it's coming. I know y'all get sick of me saying, Alex, stop it. You're not gonna get the Four Horsemen. You're not gonna get Cody, Shawn Spears, and FTR reviving the Four Horsemen. Really. When it happens, I called it. I called that bitch. When it happens, it's coming. It's coming. Y'all just wait. Y'all just wait. So good luck to Scorpio Sky getting his shot this Wednesday. It's whatever. You know, Scorpio Sky deserves an opportunity. He's not a bad talent. He's not. I don't think he is. Let's see here. Yeah, nothing really else to say about it. Nothing else to say about it, honestly. So I guess we got the last two matches. Let's start off with Team Taz versus Sting and Allin. So I know I said in my predictions that this was, you know, we said it was going to be a cinematic match, but I also said, you know what? I don't think it needs to be. I think we could have actually done this match live. Watching the match, I stand by that. I feel like the match we got, we could have seen live. Now, I understand why we did it cinematic, because we had to protect Sting. We had to protect Sting. We just gotta be safe. We gotta be safe with Sting. We can't just have him go out there and do some live stuff and get hurt again. I get it. We're just playing our cards safely with Sting. I understand it. I understand. This match was awesome. I just feel like it would have been better if it was live. I would be saying this was an outstanding match if it was live. But since it wasn't, I'm not going to take anything away from it. They did some crazy things in here. I'm pretty sure Darby Allin died like 3 times. They did everything they could to this kid. They threw him through glass panels. I think Cage at one point threw him through a door. A double door. Like, that was crazy. Ricky Starks is growing on me every second. I think this guy is just made to be a man-bit player. He just has the charisma of a top guy. Cage is a monster. Sting looked great. He looked really good. He looked better than he ever did in WWE, honestly. He looked a lot better than he did in WWE. This was awesome. Yeah, it was an awesome match. Darby and Sting win, with Sting hitting the Scorpion Death Drop on Ricky Starks. I thought commentary was not needed. You didn't need to do commentary for this match, guys. It's a cinematic. We know it's a cinematic. You don't need to have commentary, making it seem like it's happening live. But all right, it is what it is. I guess you don't want there to be any silence. In that case, just do it live. But all right, protect Sting. I know. I thought it was awesome. Definitely the second best night. The second best match of the night. I guess we gotta get to the main event, right? Okay. Let's get it out the way. So, what the entire pay-per-view was built on. An exploding barbed wire death match.
Nobody interested into winning the Super Chat belt?
Well, I think everybody's waiting till WrestleMania, dude. Like, again, like, the reason why I give these guys months so they can save up money to be winning the championship. Hey, nickname nobody got... You don't really see a lot of people with the pockets that you do, other than maybe Victor Velasco.
This felt like revenge mode level in WrestleMania 19. And I mean that in the best way.
I don't know what you're talking about, but alright. Sure. I don't, is he talking about the video game? I'm lost. Sorry. Anyways, back to this. Guys, what hurts about this? Here's what hurts about the main event. As much as I thought the match itself, was outstanding. I thought Moxley and Omega, in terms of a match from bell to bell, it was their best one. It was a great culmination of a series of matches between the two. Seriously, it was great. I think this might go down as one of those feuds where if you just watch the matches, you're great. You're good. It was outstanding. It was an outstanding showcase between two wrestlers. It really was. I just feel bad that these two went out there and had easily one of the best matches that they could do. And then we got that ending. That ending just screwed it up because they beat the piss out of each other. First off, let's just talk about what we got in the match. The exploding barbed wire. I hear the barbed wire was actually real. I question that. Maybe it was, but I'm hearing the barbed wire. The barbed wire was actually real. And the explosions, the sparks going off. You can tell it wasn't on the ropes, but let me tell you something. I've been hit with fireworks before. That shit stings. It wasn't that far away from them. They felt it. So anytime they hit the ropes and you get them fireworks, it was crazy. It was awesome. It was great. And then you had mimes on the outside floor. I think they did a spot where Moxley hits the paradigm shift to the outside, and then we had some mines go off on the floor. That was crazy. Just both of them got busted open. We got blood. In terms of doing something that could please everybody, making it violent but not so violent that people just lose their minds. Oh my god. I thought this was the best way. I think they tried to make everybody happy with this. So, seeing the Good Brothers, Don Callis, come out to help Moxley, no, he didn't help Moxley. He helped Moxley lose to help Omega beat Moxley. That was gonna happen. That's part of the story. And oh god, I hate it because the whole story was set up perfectly.
Mox said he'd never wrestle in fake barbed wire.
So I guess it was real barbed wire then. Jesus Christ. Anyways, everything was set up so perfectly after Moxley lost. And by the way, I love that Omega, when he hit Moxley with the One-Winged Angel, the first kick out, he didn't just kick out of the One-Winged Angel. Moxley kicked the ropes next to Omega, made the sparks go into Omega's face, and made Omega break the pinfall. I thought that was one of the best kickouts to any finisher I've seen. I was like, that was fucking clever. Guys, I hate it. I fucking hate that ending, because if the ending would have just gone off with the way it was supposed to go off, we would be saying this was a match of the year candidate. But because we're going to remember the ending more than the match, people are not going to look back on this match so fondly. And I hate it. I hate that, because this match was outstanding from bell to bell.